Welcome to performance testing channel. Today I will explain how to integrate the Postman tool with the Jmeter tool. So how we can integrate these two, I'll let you know here. First of all, why the integration is required. So let's say, okay, let me open my Jmeter. So I have opened my Jmeter here. So by double click on this Apache Jmeter jar, so that will invoke the Jmeter. You can see the user interface here. Now I'm testing the APIs of my project based on my requirement. Okay, so at that time, let me open this Postman. Okay, if my project is lease store, so you can see here 3 requests are there. So for these 3 requests, I have to prepare the script in the Jmeter. So now we have only 3 right here. So therefore, by manually we can prepare the Jmeter script. So without integrating this Postman with the Jmeter. So let's assume you are having like 15, 20 or 25 requests. Okay, so the request may be get method, post method, or put delete, so whatever it may be. So at that time here you can see in the Postman, you can see plenty of requests, like let's say 20 requests are there. So what you have to do, so every time you have to validate this particular list user or something, whatever the request it may be. So you have to click on the API and you have to click on the send button, so to validate. Okay, so you can get some response here in the response, what we call the response body area. So you can see some response which is written by the server. So like that, so for each and every request you have to validate, and then so if it is working fine, then what you have to do, so you have to go to Jmeter, then you have to start preparing the scripting. Okay, so like you will add the thread group, then you will add the sampler, HTTP sampler. Okay, then you will rename this as a list user. Okay, or you can add any the name of the request as you can rename, so based on the API name. So here my API name is users. So therefore what I did here, I have given the HTTP request as a list users. I have given. So then I have to copy this like protocol, server name, port number, path, request type, method type, and the body. So these and all things I have to copy from the Postman, and then I have to paste over, so including the headers as well. So this is a time consuming process. So in case your script is having less number of APIs, let's say 3 or 4, so at the time, so you can build your script manually. Okay, but coming to our topic today, so why the integration is required in between the Postman and the Jmeter tools is, if your script or if your Postman script is having too many requests, let's say 15, 20, like that, so at that time, so building the script, okay, so building the script for those APIs in the Jmeter, it is very time consuming process. So therefore we have to integrate the Postman with the Jmeter tool. Okay, so now I'll tell you how to integrate this Jmeter with the Postman. So we have to open the new one here. So why? Because existing script already I have added a few elements, so I don't want to continue with that. So therefore I am going with the new test plan. So okay, so for recording, so we have to add non-test elements that to test to use, or we have to use. Okay, I have added the test script recorder in the Jmeter. Okay, so now what we have to do, you go to the Postman. Okay, this is my Postman application. So in the Postman application, you can see here the gear icon you can see. So this is the settings. You just click on this. Okay, you can see here settings. Click on that. Here you can see general, theme, shortcuts, data. So many things you can see. You come to this proxy. You just click on this proxy. So just a little bit scroll down. By default, so in your Postman application, by default you can see the what we call you can see by default option like this. Use the system proxy by default. So but I don't want to continue this with the system proxies. Why? Because I have to bring this Postman and Jmeter tool should run on the same proxy. So therefore I have to configure the manual proxy here. So therefore I will check this checkbox. Okay, here you can see add a custom proxy configuration. So proxy type. So proxy type should be like HTTP or HTTPS. So based on your API protocol, so you can check or uncheck this HTTP and HTTPS. So coming to the proxy server, so by default, so any local mission, the IP might be like 127.0.0.1. So therefore you have to enter this 127.0.0.1 at proxy server as a IP in your mission as well. Okay, so then the port number, why I have given 8888 here, you just go to the Jmeter. In the test script recorder, by default you can see under the global settings the port number, by default you can see 8888. So we have to give the same port number in the the Postman tool as well. So that means on the same port number the Jmeter and the Postman talking each other. So therefore, so whatever the transactions or the traffic recording in the backend, so that can be captured by the Apache Jmeter tool. So therefore what we have to do, we have to keep the same thing 8888 here. So then proxy auth, so keep it like only as it is. So no need to enable like this. Okay, so I don't want to go with authorization. So therefore I kept this proxy auth as off. Okay, so then close this. Okay, how to ensure, like you just now you set the proxy, right? How to ensure, so whether the proxy you have configured successfully means you just click on any one request here, like get method, or just now I have clicked on this user creation. You just come and hit on the send button. So now I'm trying to send one request to the server. Okay, so we should get the proxy related error. So could not send request. Why? Because we have changed the proxy settings. So that's why we are seeing this error now. Okay, so okay, then close this. So that means we have set our proxy settings successfully. So now how to integrate this? Now how to record your scripts. Okay, so just click on the start button. So before that I'm going to do some changes here in under the test plan creation. Target controller I am changing as like a HTTPS test script recorder. Okay, grouping I am taking as it is, like do not group samplers. Okay, I am clicking on the start button. So you can see here root certificate is generated. So that is valid for 7 days. You just click on OK. A pop-up window appeared here. Okay, that means, so now we can start the recording. Now we can integrate the Postman tool with the Jmeter. So for that what you have to do, you just go to the Postman. So this is our application, right? This is our application API collection. Okay, so this is the first API list users. So what you have to do, you just click on the list users. Here you can see the request details, you can see here in the panel or in this frame. So just hit on the send button. You just click on the send button. Before going to click on the send button, so let me open the Jmeter. Here you can see in the Jmeter there are no requests. Okay, so now I am coming to the Postman tool and just I am clicking on the send button for the first API list user. Okay, so the request is sent to the server. So you can see the response here. So this is the response we got from the server. Okay, here you can see status code and the time, size, so everything you can see. Okay, now I am opening the Apache Jmeter here. So I am double click on this test script recorder. You can see here the request is successfully recorded and the supporting headers also recorded. So you no need to add the headers separately here. So while recording itself, so whatever the supporting headers are required to execute this particular API, so that particular supporting headers can be captured by the JMeter and it is showed here, and it is captured and it is displayed here. Okay, so this is the first request. Okay, coming to the second request, user creation, right? You just click on the user creation. So then just click on the send button. So what it will do? So Postman is trying to send this particular request to the server. Okay, so server is given some response. Okay, so that means whatever the headers here we are seeing like headers 8. Okay, and the body, whatever the body is here. So name and job. So everything can be captured by the JMeter. How it is capturing? You go and check in the JMeter. You can see second request is recorded. Okay, so you can see the request body, you can see path, IP, port number. So everything can be captured. So like the same, we have one more request here, update user. So just click on the update user and hit on the send button. Okay, so now you got the response. Now go to the JMeter and check here. So this is the third request. Okay, so you can see the request body and the method type, path, IP address, port number. So everything is automatically reflected. How you can capture the what we call how you can capture the request from the Postman. How we have achieved this? How we achieved this? So by integrating our Postman tool with the JMeter. So finally what you can do, so after the recording, so you can rename the request. So the first name is like list users, first API name you can check out in the Postman tool as well in the API collection. So list user, second one is user creation. You come to the second one and rename the request as user creation. Third one is, I think it is update user. You come to the JMeter and click on that. Rename this as a update user. So this is how we will how we will integrate the JMeter with the Postman tool. If you are having any query, so you can comment over there. Okay, or you can send email. I will answer you on this topic.